us to believe that our literature is inferior, that our science does not exist, that our mathematics does not exist, that we have no medicine to talk about, that we cannot mine beyond Galamsey, that we cannot extract our own oil, that we have no business being in robotics and cryptocurrency, that we must be consigned to the Museum of History alongside the spinning wheel, that we have no business being in the jet age. That is what we are being told. And my fear is that we appear to be believing it. If we are to give meaning to our independence, then education must be our focus. So said Ethiopia's Haile Selassie. If we want to change the continent of Africa, we must give meaning to education. So said Mwalimu Julius Kambarage Nyerere of Tanzania on that day. If we are going to change my little Senegal, we must give education priority. So said Leopold Sedar Senghor of Senegal. Even the complicit Félix Houphouët-Boigny in La Côte d'Ivoire believed so. When you see our judges dressing, they still dress like Father Christmas. Whoever told us that justice could only be administered when you dress like Father Christmas, I do not know. We live in a world where we are so mentally captured that those of you in the middle class, your greatest claim to fame is that my daughter can no longer speak Chui, and is meant to be a badge of honor. It is a badge of complete colonial conquest. And we cannot enter the 21st century without
98.7 FM Baraka. Yetiewo baby.
Oh, it's for here Baraka 98.7 FM. Good morning. Yeah, I'm watching. Baraka 98.7 FM mutie free Adekyemunhyira inshishe ana say show and a program and Eddie Bremo on Baraka 98.7 FM and the 6th of the month of February 2026. Medini Babdalo Fatal Yusuf Mutie free Ahujo. Yes, when you are doing Ahujo opposite the Chief Palace. Oh, number to me. That say be quite a be and be a chairman and some person and I'm more contribution be. And I say be a program be a movie program there, no Baraka FM so I can be quite power. No answer on the phone number fryer on 055 305 2363 055 305 2363 and then number. Yes, the only number say fryer. Unsabati me akan na yatimi ade enkomo fefefe ene de ade ya chinye someone nim say ene Friday. Thank God it's Friday. The week has come to an end. The first week of February is gone. The February so the someone say kabusumi a encheda ndoso sa ntinchi bia no won say na kwadu ewi and now the front page of the Daily Graphic. Nation secures trade lifeline with US AGOA renewal. 5 aspirants chase Ayawaso East NDC ticket tomorrow. Ayawaso East. And now pay my name Sabia Moko Ewo Baraka FM on Facebook. Yes, Mubeho. I think there's a delegation from the majority side of Parliament. Moko to go and visit the wife of the late Alhaji Mahama Nasir Tuli. The wife with some token, yes, it also got but yes, just to let her know that really they are with her. Yes, you know, and no some and a Daily Graphic editor I say Ochine ya 5 aspirants are going to compete with her in the upcoming by-election Ayawaso East constituency. President moves to stop asset looting, shift power from executive to parliament. Someone to the general secretary guy, yes, I say Attorney General is trying to compromise. And also see there be, and Attorney General PA, and also there be, and this, you know, you say, man penny, or see, as the issue of looting in the so okay, ora, and yamurao, ora no, yagusu. Tinchi be ambete omunka. We any the man penny sexuality drama mama eka say instead of executive units move to parliaments so that they can deal with it judiciously. Agrada 15-year sentence reduced to 12 months. That is 1 year. Now 1 year nkwa wanya 8 months to 7 months to Tinchi biano or P no obetwa nyame juma oh yeah. That is Ghana for you. And that is our court. Finality. Court ama judgment idea and finish and it is finished. So okay easy, it is finished. And the members of the church are celebrating. See, Sunday choir there, so any say choir and cameras in sorry ho. I hope yes, because in Japan from 15 years to 12 months, which is a year. There have been criticism, whatever it is. You can just make your point. But what you have to know is that this is a declaration. This is something that is coming from the courts. So that's the finality of the issue. Because Adibakwa want to say, INTS say quite often in the court, what they want is evidence. And so what that out there, then anyone you saw any that. And those who are supposed to go and then testify at court, you have to go with evidence. And that's what the judge and the lawyers want to see in courts. So sometimes some of these cases, you might not understand how you want to understand it, except if you find yourself to be in the courts before you appreciate what has transpired. And it's an argument. BOG rules on GN Bank licenses restoration. Hey, GN Bank, Babako. Paku Sindu, and what's our front page of the Daily Graphic. Yanko Daily Guide. Daily Guide was sitting MPs clash over 24-hour economy authority bill. Former Deputy Finance Minister, Dr. Stephen Amwa. I said, Debbie. 24 hours economy in Kwano, I'm paying any NDC. Muhu de crowd, Sana, they don't even have any research that they have done on it or challenging. But according to the NDC2, now they want to have a policy on that. So that is why they were doing, and you're saying that we need to have an authority. And he's making a critique of that issue. Get the Daily Graphic for this morning. You have a full detail of the story on page 6. Oni Isaac Adongo and Enyasa clash in Parliament. And then NNS Metals 6 reopening amid probe. Okay, for that one, unless you get the paper. NPPV talks premature. We Abujinapo. NIB questions ex-NEIP boss over scholarship for sale. Court slashes Agrada 15-year jail term to 12 months. And now the one say no kwa court nkwano wankata ni new so muka the previous one is in there Agrada no wankata ni nkwa unhuni but now the confidence pa and I'm wearing white top so now him say yes, success is going to be, or luck is going to be on her side. The news center actually the lawyer Nasama Okai and some of the church members and actually the news center newspaper and also saying or see margin is one-stop ID partner. The Gambia Interior Minister confirms after office and factory tour. Cocoa Board owes LBCs 10 billion Ghana cedi amid power struggle. Minority. And now we a press conference. In fact, Cocoa Board a friend is saying farmers in Sono almost a press conference and a minority so press worker said Debbie. I say buy any mini ya cocoa farmers in the say Mumbo Modia na Munchomka. Muma and Cotton Kuti cocoa farmers. What they are saying with regards to the issue of aboarding MRCC do not intimate cocoa. No, they rather prefer to buy it from outside. And quite some guy say Enra. Yeah, the Cocoa Board and Kasa on the side of Cocoa Board, no, say the price in no air hard. In the moment, the only out of the press conference and Sana acquire the minorities to edit to draw
5,400 98.7 FM Baraka at 58,000 Ghana cedis a ton. But when you look at the terminal market as we speak, it's 4,300, 4,400. So already, if you buy cocoa from farmers and you bring it to Cocoa Board destination for the terminal market, you've made a loss of $1,000. A loss of $1,000. So the issue is not as it's being discussed politically. 98.7 FM Baraka. So we at our press conference indicated that it's all about pricing mechanisms, and we are fortunate to have heard that government is looking at an act that would look at the price, will review the price mechanisms. If that act is passed, we will avoid some of these challenges. Now let me indicate that when you buy the cocoa just at the farm gate price, you've already made a loss of $1,000. This cocoa must be put into juicers, it must be graded, it must imported, it must so already, before it gets to the terminal market, you're already making a loss of $2,000. So how do we address the issue together, all the stakeholders? And that is the tenacity of our press conference today, calling on government that we need to safeguard our cocoa industry. So the issue, as I indicate, of course there are other issues that are there, but the main challenge is that, assuming you are a tomato seller on the Makola market, will you go and buy tomatoes, put it on the Makola market?
98.7 FM.
Tomatoes,
Baraka.
it is shiny,
Yes,
solid.
baby.
Therefore, my price is 1,000 Ghana cedis above those around me. And the irony of the matter is that we are losing our buyers, because our buyers who buy our cocoa says our cocoa is so expensive, they are moving away. And the strange or the risk is that whilst they are moving away, they are getting cocoa that is almost comparable to the quality we have been praising ourselves with. So if it happens this way, then we need to address the matter than the politicization. So our press conference was head-on that we need to engage all stakeholders.
Yes, they need to engage all stakeholders. Na cocoa issue there, and before even independent, they've been so much struggle. Governments and those who are being governed. You share the daily statement. I see pay our cocoa farmers minority charges government. Muma yankoti Honorable Isaac Yao upon the ranking member on food and agriculture. I see Debbie ya. I say abayim bomodiana on cocoa farmers.
They have spent huge resources to control pests and diseases. They have toiled to harvest their farms and sold it to the government in good faith. Yet, months later, they are still waiting for weeks on end to be paid. Is this the resetting which was promised the good people of Ghana, or the reversing of the cocoa industry? Farmers are asking. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, it is not only the poor farmer who is suffering.
98.7 FM.
Government
Baraka.
and cocoa board are also hurting the cocoa buying companies, that is the LBCs, and transporters, especially the indigenous companies and local enterprises. By delaying in repayment of cocoa taken over from the LBCs, these business and investments are at risk. They have their working capitals locked up, their progress hindered, and financing confidence undermined. Contrary to what the NDC preached pre-election time to promote indigenous business and investments, they have rather reset to kill indigenous companies.
Yo, Mate, Honorable Isaac Yao Opoku. Mate Dioka. Yes, the reset in the almost Africa na abe kili the cocoa farmers. No. The Daily Statement in Nana Adjoa Hackman urges Africa's youth to harness demographic advantage. No, Kasa at the African Prosperity Dialogue. Victimization at the DVLA Union Chair funded for championing workers' interests. And also now the front page of the Daily Statement. MIIF complains to Jubilee House after failure bid to rewrite account. Hey, that's all. MCE 88.8% of other market shops will return to original owners. Hey, MCE there, that's me pa there. Confusion. 88.8%. Hey, and they do wanna I say they will lose their shops. No. Yes, so the Daily Statement will see women leaders are propelled AFCFTA, that's the African Free Trade yes, forward at 2026 APD. Daily Statement, Daily Justice newspaper say Agrada laughs from court with 15-year jail term cut to 1 year. Minority rejects 24-hour economy bill, whips for cocoa farmers. Upon Nkrumah questions 3.8% inflation rate. Bawumia storms UK after landslide victory. No backdoor deal with Oran suspect Attorney General. OSP shops for evidence in NPA fraud case. Nimfoni waha yao kisi, yes, OSP. Ono any Dr. Alhaji Mustafa Abdul Hamid. Nimfoni ewaha. Only Speaker's office ran 24-hour economy shift. Abujinapo. Hey, politics. Republic Press. Or see AG under oral pressure. Denies compromised persecutions. Court reduces Agrada's 15-year jail term to 1 year. Court remand imposter soldier over 192k land security fraud. Hey, Asamo. Langard no. Ghana begins gold refinery. And it's a Finance Minister Dr. Kesela Tuforsin in Infoni Ebata. Sad story. Brian host MPP Presidential Elections Committee. Hey, yeah, say Mahama urges Africa to break cycle of dependency. Mumenko nenkotie mampeni sexuality Jondomani Mahama. Oko Zambia. Someone say fugu akoshe yenu. Akwada ni nsensem. Nsembebre. That's taking a different turn on the social media. And into mampeni oko Zambia no. We NLD tuja odi futu pa ema all Africa leaders say omunya hweye na ushe West Africa pa dia it is even worse, where the chunk of the youth and majority of the people think that the way to go is military. And also no emwa until the leaders no ombo modiana oma omani enko from no muntimi yiri ohuno munye juma, because for you to remain in governance or in government, it is based on how you treat your citizens, especially the poor people in your country. Muma enko nenko tie mampeni sexuality Ndobani Mahama.
African countries remain trapped in what I describe as triple dependency. Dependency on external actors for security choices, dependency on donors for health and education systems, and dependency on suppliers of critical minerals while capturing little or no value. This condition undermines genuine sovereignty. History teaches us, however, that a crisis can sharpen resolve, and so Africa must take its destiny into its own hands. The Accra Reset does not seek to disrupt global partnerships. The Accra Reset advocates the forging of new partnerships to transform global systems that have been rigged against Africa and much of the global south for a long time. We must reset the narrative through unity of action, self-reliance, and the leveraging of our comparative advantages for industrial growth and economic transformation. In the region of West Africa, democracy is backsliding with a return to military dictatorships. Ghana is, however, on a mission to prove that democracy works and that our people can achieve prosperity and opportunity under a constitutional democracy. Right, Honorable Speaker, I commend the efforts of the government and people of Zambia to stabilize your macroeconomic environment. The improved performance of the Zambian currency, the kwacha, and the ongoing reform agenda sends positive signals to investors and
Mampeni Excellency John Dramani Mahama Onini, yes, the First Lady more Zambia on the part of the friends in the Zambian counterparts and so on parliament. Oni omo ekasa efa how African leaders must make sure say they will not keep on depending on the foreign partners. The Chronicle newspaper Afenyo Makin tells Mahama's government it has betrayed Voltarians over attempt to rename Kotoka Airport. I don't know, the front page, the leading story on the front page of the Chronicle newspaper. Pay cocoa farmers now minority. Reset agenda must prioritize Ghanaian-led value addition. We also for Sapon. Majority minority split over 24-hour economy. The Ghanaian Times newspaper says government secures $3.5 billion $3.5 billion US investment to boost sector. Yes. Yes, tackling declining oil gas production. Dr. John Jinapo, they say the honorable free because academically or a doctor. Yes, Ghana Zambia commit to economic cooperation, and also on the front page of the Chronicle newspaper. Oh, sorry, the Ghanaian Times newspaper. Kokma suspend barriers at the Osu Cemetery. This is a very, 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 very terrible story. One of the guys who is also at the cemetery quite often, Oba seeking support from the community to be able to make sure, say, especially the side of the Muslim friends saying, Omoya the ACC na ontimi NCC ho. But the other thing is, now the Municipal Assembly has banned barrier at the Osu Cemetery. Why? Because some people claim to be the owners of the place and they are selling off. So obi anase obusia obi na okosi no Osu Cemetery. Aje utu esi kan sane ama osa akonya no. Assembly so ho a omunim. Until for now they almost say there be call it clotty within that's the constituency. Once they say they have placed a ban on barrier except if you are an indigene. I know so there according to the MC say they will cross check and make sure say you are truly a son of or a daughter of the land before you be allowed to be buried at the Osu Cemetery. The place is a really mess. Even if you're in a car, one call inside car now. If you're in car passing and Osha one call say we are not serious. We are not serious in this country. Osu Cemetery, serious, so terrible. Seriously, it has been suspended over unauthorized sale of barrier spaces. Then they go and take dead bodies of people who have been a friend saying Nkrofa ya si na omako tutu bodies. Omonim de omode. Sanya mani nyina no say the assembly said they have placed a ban. I believe and I hope they will place task force over there to ensure say people will not continue to be infiltrating over there. Agrada to work free in 4 months. Ghanaian Times more yadipa because the 1 year now. Do now when say she has already spent some years so far. Until 8 months is gone. Until 4 months time she's going to be out of jail. Agrada. On the front page of the Ghanaian Times. The Informer newspaper, see government plan airport to rename sparks controversy. Honorable Ayariga, majority leader in Ghana's parliament. Oh no, and an infoni ebatasa story no. Africa's future lies in unity and strong institutions, not isolation. We Yaman Penix Excellency John Dramani Mahama speaking far away in Zambia. Gabi applauds a marking minority for holding government accountable. Gabi Ochiridako. Asasi radio for no. Sit up or face dismissal in March. Minister wants MMDC ease. Minister of Local Government, as somebody I'm sure say, if you really mean it, padia and the mami paper na me mau. Me recommend you omo ese omoko. Yes, because we are entering in the second year, and some of the MCEs, in fact, I don't know. Even my subjective view, no. I might not even have the facts, but from far away, what I see, some of them are sleeping on the job. Until you say local government minister, no, or the okay, pass say he really mean what he's saying in the family in Brantentem. Some of them must go because they don't deserve to be in that position. The vision of the president, they've not seen it and they are not seeing it, so they don't deserve to be in the seat. So I am happy the minister have now even seen that. And yes, I bet now not one we are not doing anything, but for the president to be able to achieve the reset agenda, then it has to be the work of the entire municipal district chief executives across the country, because they are in charge of the districts. But some of them, David. Some Accra in particular. I remember the time we were interviewing the Ayawasu North Municipal Chief Executive, Honorable Haruna. And I make a say, now everybody say the whole Greater Accra Minister, Obo Abasu say, Bujuma. And I say, I need to say Nyamiu. And every time you see him on the ground, he doesn't sit in the office. And that's how it's supposed to be. But unfortunately, many of them are sleeping on the job. This is the first warning. And you can see the picture of the local government minister, which is one finger showing say, hey, see you. One sorry, Uncle Ejumani and the dismissal. That is the local government minister and the Minister of Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, Mr. Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim. CJ demands action against Chinese galamsey. And so the Daily Searchlight newspaper see Ghana Zambia seal visa-free travel deal in push for deeper African integration. Meaning, Baba Gila say because Zambia hoda and the say ma fugudun dozo because omukwa de man pin omo sirini. Say mkope volta for there, ne apano for there, ne ya mixi. Kente nyina say mfa nyina nko. I mean imti di ntia other issue on the social media. Pay cocoa farmers immediately. We a minority leader. Businessman in court for allegedly threatening police officer with pistol. Hey, no pa police officer. And the say insurance. Mun check kwase or licenses there. Mahama tent serial caller in Zambia. Hey, na what is free? Hey, yo, newspapers here. Wow, about 250 illegal border routers threaten Ghana's security. We are Honorable Adekyemunhyira Mubarak, Minister of Interior, and the Assembly so edituja. Mahama to COEs prepare annual report by April. Yamom ultimatum April. There were February mo. May. April, May, until Mumbo Modia say April the end after March. Na April ni aba. Until Mumbo Modia. I see prepare your annual reports. MIIF CEO seals media over 24-hour audit expose. Ex gratia payment not my duty, Mahama. APD 2026 SMEs key to AFCTA success in Africa trade and area. More abbreviation there also. Pay cocoa farmers minority caucus to government. The Observer newspaper or see okay. Okay, let me leave that one for now. Revival of Thor. Hey, Asamaba. Revival of Thor reduces petroleum cost, boosts Ghana's economy. President John Dramani Mahama. Hey, and the Thor. So much sorry pa jinadia and the oil no ebia fuel no kwa better no less than that too. Where the Observer newspaper so edi etuja. I won't go independent, but I won't be used again. We and Adekyemunhyira Japan eka. Amina Adams likely to beat Baba Jamal in NDC Ayawasu East race. We Global Info Analytics Musa Dankwa. The Metro Lens or see Dr. JB Dankwa's legacy belongs to Ghana, not party. Dr. Kingsley Ajman and all this assembly to John. Abakwa South MP. NHIA launches Campus Connect to expand national health insurance access to tertiary students. Akim Adedentim holds vigil in memory of Dr. J.B. Dankwa. Amasaman High Court reduces Nana Agrade's sentence to 1 year. That story is on page 2 of the Metro Lens newspaper. The Guardian Point newspaper see Vice President Her Excellency Nana Jane urges Her Excellency Nana Jane, Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, urges solutions to rising land compensation cases. Professor Nana Jane, the all can emphasize me. Okay.
98.7 FM, Baraka.
Strong institutions and effective governance are essential to sustain progress. Ghana is actively contributing to this shared agenda. Our 24-hour economy initiative is designed to unlock productivity by better coordinating infrastructure, finance, and institutions, ensuring that businesses and workers are no longer constrained by avoidable bottlenecks or lost time. Along this The government's Big Push Infrastructure Development Program is laying the foundation for trade
Baraka,
and industrial growth by aligning Ghana's national priorities with those of ECOWAS and the African Union. Governments must generate long-term and medium-term policies and grow strong development finance institutions and regional projects that reflect the scale of our collective.
Her Excellency Professor Nana Jean and Okasa at the African Prosperity Dialogue. And actually, she went on a working visit to some ministries, and it was revealing. I think that is what the newspaper is attributing this story to. Cocoa farmers are not beggars. Pay them now. Minority to government. Africa is trapped. President Mahama warns of triple dependency pandemic in Africa. MMDCEs who fail to deliver will be sacked by 2026 by March. Oh wow, I like that. And the March ultimatum, they are saying Juma because next month in a March. Into chief executives, Munti, one sorry, and Juma dia, and they move. Some of them, even the sanitation in Kwano, they don't do. They are not championing it. You see some few people na Oba na Osako. Aha, no, eka until see by March there, 2026 there. Who are unye Juma there? But I don't know what the minister is going to use as a criteria to audit their work. Government to soon end the export of raw gold. We Dr. Atoforsin, Finance Minister. And these are the stories, the headlines that we've been able to put up for you for today. That's the 6th of month of February 2026. The time is 9:16 here at Baraka 98.7 FM. Muma Nkwanenkotri, the regional chairman of the Ghana Association of Industries, almost the Omuka, about the issue of your friend is saying the issue of exchange rates. Any Yesika Asim.
Our view is that there must always be a private participation. We believe that when AGI industrial leaders are allowed to be actively involved, we will see the best that comes from the private sector, especially to ensure continuity beyond governments and to ensure that private sector take full ownership of some of these initiatives. So yes, we will be happy to have discussions around ensuring that private sector is at the center of all of these creation and new creation of factories.
Yes, very, very important. The private sector must be part. Government always say that the government is supposed to provide the enabling environment. Yes, maybe a motto, but according to the Association of Industries, it should be something that really mean it. And economy no ajinani naiso. And we have another one that's Mr. Mark Bwedu Abuaje. Also with regards to the 24-hour economy in Sensem.
98.7 FM Baraka Yetiewo Babia.
To everybody, and one key one that you always talk about is the cost of credit and also access to credit. So if you have a cost of credit, as we have seen, if it should reduce, then we've cut a significant portion of the cost of production. The other one has to do with the cost of utility. If you look at this exchange rates that we are talking about, it has been stable, but the numbers are still very, very high. It means that if you want to import a machinery, if you need $1 on average, you need about 11 cedis to buy $1. So the environment in itself, these key areas, if you are able to also look at them and also help in getting these variables down, I think it will bring the cost of production.
Yes, the CEO of Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, CEO Mark Bwedu Abuaje. One of the articles that he really wrote with regards to the IMF. 17 times we've been to the IMF. What is said here? Say Antimiam Passidia, and they say IMF from Yomo headquarters in Ghana. Timmy said here. I do be no ultimatum on government as money government I say we are exiting from IMF in there. See, it requires discipline. Yes, say engineer nice so they very sure say we don't want to go back again because we can't continue depending on donor funds to develop. Can just some few lines of that particular statement. So the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry CEO Mark Boedu Abuaji has warned Ghana's political leadership that the country cannot continue to return to the International Monetary Fund (IMF) if it is serious about economic independence. Speaking on Joy News PM Express Business Edition on Thursday, he said Ghana's repeatedly reliance on IMF program has become a national embarrassment. According to him, the country must maintain fiscal discipline and reforms that typically accompany such agreement. If we, Ghana, continuously to do what we are doing, then that means that we should be under IMF for life, he said. He urged that if Ghana exits an IMF program and still fails to manage its economy, then the country has effectively surrendered its sovereignty and should stop pretending otherwise. Quotes, if after the exit of the IMF we cannot manage the economy, then the IMF should bring their head office here and control us, he stated. Mr. Boedu Abuaji said the private sector frustration is rooted in Ghana's long-running cycle of economic instability, in which reforms are embraced under only external pressure and quickly abandoned once the government ends. He maintained that Ghana has already implemented key IMF-backed measures, and there is no justification for walking away from them simply because the country has exited the program. This is because all the things that they have asked us to do that we have done, I think we should continue, he said. We are futupa our dima say mbomodia man you say bia yes na ban say here na I say yes ankobium say oh my content na enko sankoji sikebium ntino we ni de omodi tudwa enne anope ntino ye call for a short break yaba na ya betua adwumade no so
98.7 FM Baraka.
So arise, a letter has been. I go and your nominee for no. This year I war and sound my dwaji and an impersuasion in ara. Your job boarding and coupon check say and I did my obi biara. Sanchie Efi and sound at Dwaji Municipal Assembly no. Nama I am Papa or Diano. On your young folk Salom. I didn't to my aquabachere and sound mohine na. Tinsu nyinara shase e wa fitiri wo ubro no so na siesie ho na nsa hom amfa ne ntumapa emfra nyame nhira ma wona yira nyuma jobo aleba kulada so arise, a letter has been. Ago and your nominee adofonom this year I war and sound my dwaji and an impersuasion nyinara. Ya job boarding and coupon check say and I did my obi biara Sanchie Efi and sound at Dwaji Municipal Assembly no Nama I am Papa or Diano onyonyamfo Salom adene ntuma akobachere ensamohene na kwamna ansa a wodi kan krora ana ensamohemia awoya amankwane ne ntinankonwa Ghana Prison Service, Police Service, Immigration Service, Fire Service, Assemblyman Funi Union Committee, Information Centers Owners Association, Ankonkra, Efiera Nom, Gwasofo, Esukufu Nyinara, Yerika Bomu, na Nyankopon Yadoma, Memni da Aribay, 7th February 2026. Michire ojefuda tosu eson efi anopa no nsia ekosi anopa no ndu yari ya omentuma chenchirenche yadodo aprapra asiesie ansawo ne montin sunyinara wa return side afro bibiara o wose menyi hu mfim kayo ayamemne da ariba ya anunti wose yamfantu obibiara a wo store ewa ansawo manim se sada no hweye na wa mi store no efi anopa no nsia kosi no ndu bra be wie no yewia na fe wabie wo ya sobrachi na se ubia wa be kirew e de wakwa kwagina mamrana no na mrana no wako ahye ayam do the right thing at the right time at the right place omanjuma kasepa areba so memni de areba yawo awo ensahom ane ne montin sunyinara hyase awo afichiri wo ubro no so na siesie ho na ensahom amfa ne ntumapa emfra nyame hiraw mawna hiraw nyuma jobo aleba kulada
98.7 FM Baraka Yetiewo babia.
Oh, etiefo we National Sanitation Day ochine ya nti embo modia se enye se bia obe free na wakọ bebe fufuro da bi. Aha, largely yempotem sa okano. Say nyina obi embo modia se because it's very very important. Cleanliness is God to is next to godliness. Nti embo modia se ebesisi na ya prapra. Because wanya and the emrano ebe ejuma pa na odi etujano na ensaka Alhaji Abdul Muhaimin Mu'min Yakub, yes, on the administrator and a secretary to the municipal chief imam in Sawam Adwajiri. Him say ochina omoishi make sepia baso with regards to the preparation towards Ramadan and into a person in ND and Komoko Krebi. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Openi machi.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Na didn't work actually fan share ochina baso ewo Sawam Adwajiri.
Yeah, what is it?
Na mi say edi kan nhihye no eden program na baso ochina.
Oh, okay. Em say ochina 7th Saturday no.
Yeah.
Em say you wo nhiem kesi bia ebeba so wo municipal central mosque ewo Adwajiri Zongo. Na eni say afibia ko Ramadan be say bia 1 week and 2 weeks be Ramadan. The office of municipal chief imam wa hihye say yen ai fanisa ahimfo no imam fo enen penfo a wo modida ye fanisa ekuku ano ena wo modida potem ano yen peda na yen hia na yen pe wo penfo bi a wo mbeba ho na wo ni akasa akai efa juma sunko a nyankopon eri ato yesu nyina se ne be ya kai ye bet na ye juma no se na se fata na amanfo na wo so wo de echi no wo so wo be hu putom fence development e wo ma problem.
Yeah. Na we na ya shase edi kan amoya na ana se afibia na moye.
Well, we say yesterday be 5 years ni.
Okay.
Now this is the 6th time I year. Now since I started and so nyankopon ada ma ya break every year. Ye nyamre na ya ye.
Now this year the aya ochina and basu na difference be na with regards to the previous ones na be more empenyifo bi o ma akokudam more invite you more to come and participate.
Ampa it is here no ho. Apart from the fact that Abia I am for no imam for now within the municipality.
98.7 FM Baraka Yetiewo babia.
Municipalities no.
Okay.
Efa Adesu. That is Upper West Akim. Ombeba imam ni friend saying any him for Ombeba. Ya tun san frɛ imam for na imam any ohini him for na omo friend saying I finish Safa Kim Safa Kwapim.
Okay.
almost Ombeba. And a Greater Crown so say median for Ombeba. And a cool town so almost so friends Ombeba. Into Omina Womoba. A idea was sure say Omoba, Yishemun Sube Kasipa, almost so Omuni Yanya Yawahan Asia.
Na me ojide se sa nhye mu de minten hunu ensi minten hu se tasisi ewo ye community mu no e ba ne se na mo matimi ato adwen ama muri nhye bi se ba because me ojide se ekwapim south a wo kan any friend is saying upper west akim okay, you know, I mean, I'm sure say they don't do anything like that. Now, me ojide say omo be addition mo. Now, then if this particular initiative muye.
Yeah, it's a novelty. Who says sisi anu ho akoye say no kan no me ojide says baby no mo yesa. But yen imam ye start office ejuma no ever Mr. Chief Imam office no. Yen hu say leadership issue e wo ho ama. Enti who say as a leader no I say we make sure say who the vision and our mission be objective be to anim say na be a and I didn't so within the society challenges amount for face of society and I would be be say na be obeboa nti yenso ehwe sa nima bebre wo a e high empa nti say yenso into na mo nyense ba ko say leadership issue leadership issue Muslim communities and most of the communities I work Ghana have. If you say yen shedan enya leaders a wo munimu ade a ese fata say wo munye. Nti bibisa no na eban say ombe ye wo majuma na obon say na short force be brabem. See how ufia apart from the fact that ebia as a imam ebia you see obia koye prayers ebia ombe ye friends funeral ebia ombe suna apart from enunku ana ya tasha yen sheda program say yen to da yen sheda empada ya ebe de to na woma womudi womoye leaders within the society womumbra na empe nipa titru no mu oni womun kasa na oma kai if say ya dia ehia baby omoye bibisa omutia ansa no benya bibisa if say knowledge so an experience amanfo be share wo na so di akọ na wo di aboa petima wo so leading
na many agit pa yi any explanation na o man because so hwe ebia kremusum kwan so kwa na sa commission sallallahu alaihi wasallam say we are all responsible particularly ebia mo ayama ginabre ayama mo opportunity to serve no I said say you care about the people you are leading but quite often no in your position na feel I say ahomaso hunhum abayemu and we seem to be more of ourselves than even the people we are leading. Now, and no, I say, let me see the Amir of Kano, who is an intellectual. In fact, all Kasano say the AN11 is said to one even across Africa. He paying for, and I say, they forget that it is only when you please your maker and then the people you serve, that is when you remain in power.
Oh yes.
And I took that and I say, wow, Papa you are kasapa. And that's the challenge we do face in our communities. And until such shame media me ojide say idea say emre bia no sa oka and mo start here no manjai. This is the 6th edition. And say idea mombo modiana mo man nkoso. Na me hu flyer no so mo invite prison officer and so e dey no work kire e fa sa nhye no.
Say the theme of the program say development-oriented leadership.
Okay, development.
Key to community, national and global accelerated goal. So, most often, leaders know most of the moment it's Omo fa wo mo bibi ento obanim se na be ya ebia mepese yesi mepese ejo sa na mbre no ekwa agyan nti si anu ya fa no se onu a obekasa afiakim no eye mepese yen kai hu se ese as a leader no umfa development be brain to anim na unhwe se if say enu na be ma ba bia e be hu development nti one of five development to wani a enya ade a wo be hu development ena ye se a Sheikh Mohammed Wahib Sib Adam. Onuna oye chairman of the Eastern Regional Council of Imams.
Oh, okay.
And Osanye nsawm adojiri municipal chief imam onu na onu obeka bibi afa ho so obeka ya tese na wokan no obviously chief imam no ebe won say there were 33 municipal and disassemblies within the Eastern region. Everyone says, we research a program. We say, this is beyond no baby.
That's true.
And say, a vision or they are tuning, say, Bisa. So that's into almost all ideas be brave. If on one year, white Maya since our basso into a bebaho, no or casa. Into Omba and Jose as a Obebaho as one of the speakers.
Okay.
No, Casa, Senebeya, leaders who Ombe Kanya Wamu, almost so much me, Second speaker, no, Honoye Officer Abdul Latif Adam.
Okay.
Almost Selbekaya, Honoye National Public Relations Officer, Ghana Prison.
Okay.
Also, Nasamno for youth development, a catalyst to sustainable development. When we say, or no, sending an edge manakoeno. Prisoner or na say prison most of the inmates of the prisons no omo yeri fuo ne ba nsen omoko ho then na cause of society no na leaders fo no omo then omo hwe then na mudi bua won e be say womo no omo ye nipa bia group of people I say yem bua mo say na ben ya omo ntumi omo ye bed in my society enti kwan ben na be fire yen so ye be to ya agenda mo as a leader no say na be ya won bibisa won so mo problem so be boa say na be that chon be boa into ono so oba bibisa e na kasasa bibisa e na o be kan e wo
na adwumade no himfa na e baso ochina
sise na ye be baso e wo municipal central mosque.
Okay. E wo nsawm adoagiri.
Okay. So adoagiri zongo.
Okay. Okay.
From 9 o'clock to say 1 o'clock.
Okay. All right. Your opinion that's it. We Alhaji Abdul Muhaimin Yakub, the administrator and secretary to the municipal chief imam ewo nsawam adoagere. Edi nkomo no besi wa ha na yasatwa enkomo a ebedi ofie ha mehu omo acheche pa. Nti ene de omo abe de minim se yebedi nkomo bebre wa ha. Ye call for a short break. Yeba na yasa atwa adwumadi de so.
Baraka FM 98.7 FM